Hi everyone! So I apologise in advance if this video is quite rushed, but it's getting on late in the afternoon and I need to go feed the horses and get tea ready and all that kind of stuff. So really want to get this video done today because I've been putting it off for a week and it's just, you know, annoying me. So I am redoing my protection planter pot today, so I thought that I would just film it and show you what it looks like and what I'm using and what I use it for and all that sort of thing. The purpose of this is that you put it by the door that strangers, visitors, Jehovah's Witnesses, kidding, maybe, put it by your door that those such people use, and it negates any negativity, any toxicity, that sort of thing, and protects the entrance to your home. For me that's my front door, but for you it could be your side door or your back door. So just, you know, you put it where people that don't live in the home would use it the most. And it's just incorporating a bit of garden witchery into your practice. So before you go getting your pot, you want to organise your plants first, because you want to make sure that the pot's going to be the right size for the plant. So figure out what you want to grow first. Now for this one I'm doing snapdragons and a beautiful black pansy that I will stick in the middle of the pot. But in the past I've done black petunias and purple pansies, which looked absolutely gorgeous. I've done a mixture of black and purple pansies. Black and purple are protection colours in my practice. So you would use a colour, like if you're going to use flowers, you would use a colour that signifies protection for you. Could be red, could be green, everyone's different. So you can get all traditional, and you could put a red geranium in your pot, which has long been used around the entrance to witches' houses for protection. You could use herbs. Rosemary would be a good one. Rosemary is my go-to herb. It's what I use for everything. It's like my signature herb. You could put belladonna or nightshade if you can get your hands on it. I use nightshade for protection work. Lots one of my favourite plants to use. You could grow nettles. Stinging nettle is a really good common protection plant. You could grow what's called a globe thistle. Thistle's a good protection plant in itself, but you're probably not going to want to grow, you know, like a Scotch thistle or a California thistle in a pot by your door. That might sort of raise eyebrows. But a globe thistle is a perennial and is an ornamental thistle, and it's gorgeous. I've got some seeds going in the conservatory at the moment, and it gets like a purple pom-pom flower. It's just really pretty. So you could do that. You could do a combination of herbs and flowers. It's entirely up to you. I'm using a black pansy in this, and I use pansies a lot in my practice for their colour magic. Pansies aren't really associated with protection in folklore. They're associated with sort of affairs of the heart, but I use them for colour magic. So it's limitless what you can do. So get your plants sorted first. Wormwood would be another really good herb that you could grow. If you don't know what wormwood looks like, I will just quickly show you. This is my witchy garden. It's that plant in the... Sorry, I accidentally turned that off because I'm a dick. Let's see. No, that's Angelica. That plant there. That's wormwood. Anyway. Shit. Sorry. So, yeah. So once you've got your plants sorted, then you can organise your pot. Now, you can just go and buy a pot with, well, that's painted the appropriate colour that you associate with protection. Or you can go and get a cheap terracotta pot, which is what I've done, and paint it the appropriate colour. No, Brago, out. Get your ball. Go. Told you, every time I make a video the dog starts annoying me. Okay, so if you are going to use a terracotta pot, then there are a few things that you need to do before you go painting it. You will need to undercoat and seal it first. Terracotta is very porous, so it soaks up moisture really easily, so it takes moisture away from the potting mix that's in the pot, and it dries your plants out really quick, and you don't want that. So use a sealer first. Now you can just go to the hardware store and get an undercoat with a sealer in it. It's what they use for newly plastered walls. When you've had your walls replastered, you paint this stuff on, so it acts as an undercoat for your, you know, top coat of paint, but it also seals the new plaster so it doesn't absorb any moisture and go mouldy and that sort of thing. So it's the same sort of thing with terracotta pots. It's quite cheap. You can actually get a proper terracotta sealer from garden centres, but I haven't been able to find it for ages, and the last time I bought it was really expensive, so we always have the sealer, the undercoat sealer in the garage. So that's what we do, and you can get really artistic with your pots. I'm not very artistic whatsoever, so mine's just painted this really cool grapey purple colour, and it needs a good wash. But you can do designs on it, runes or pentacles or just whatever, go mad. Once you have got it looking the way you want it, and I explain all this in my fairy pot video that I did last summer, that's on my channel. Once you've got it all painted in the appropriate colour or what you want to do, then seal it with a clear lacquer which keeps the paint fresh, and you can get that in a spray can. I spray painted mine because I don't like brush strokes and things like that, but yeah, it's just entirely up to you. Make sure you get a saucer as well, because it helps with water retention, otherwise the water will just drain right out the hole in the bottom of the pot, and it just helps your plants to stay nice and moist, because plants and soil dry out really, really quickly in pots. So you've got your plants, you've got your pot. I always add a spell bag to mine. Normally I would use black organza, but can't bloody find my supply of them, so we got a purple one going on. And in here, and I'm not going to share exactly what's in here. These are my protection herbal blend. I don't know if you can see, there's a mirror in there to reflect negativity away. There's some crystal chips, and there is a written spell. There is a written spell in here as well. I'm not going to read that out, because I do believe that power comes from, you know, doing things yourself. But yeah, there's a few other bits and pieces, so it's entirely up to you whether you want to add that or not, but I always do. And if you want to open sacred space, go ahead. It's entirely up to you. I don't. I always have some incense going. I've just got some sage going, just to sort of clear the area, and my working candle. And as I'm putting this together, I sprinkle rosemary all through it as well, because rosemary is just my herb, and yeah, that's what I like to do. So I will, I'm going to put all this together, and then I will show you what it all looks like. So I will be back after I throw the ball for the dog. Are you ready? You ready? Woo! In the garden. Awesome. Okay, be right back. So there we go. And the snapdragons are sort of in a pentacle, rough pentacle shape, which is pretty cool. And it'll look really lovely once they're all in flower and whatnot. So I water this first with moon water. This is rainwater that I have. I don't know if you can see because of the sun, but this is rainwater that I've collected and charged under the full moon, and it gets put out on every full moon. I'm probably going to drop it. I'm doing this with the wrong hand. So I just give it a wee water with that first. And a bit more. Let's stand, and then I'm going to put one of my black obsidian arrowheads in here as well. Black obsidian is such a fantastic stone to use for negativity and ridding yourself or your home or whatever of negativity. I love the stuff, so I'm just going to stick that there, and then I will pop it by my front door, and we are away laughing. So I'm going to enchant this first, which is probably something that I should have mentioned. You will need to charge it, but I'm not going to do that on camera because, well, I'm just not. So that's basically, it's very simple, and yeah, just let your uniqueness flow, and yeah, okay, I don't know what else to say, so I'm just going to go before I end up rambling a whole bunch of shit. So I will catch you in the next one. Toodles!